Your coding agent has a 200,000 token context window, but it starts messing up long before that window fills up. Sometimes at 50,000 tokens, not even 200,000. This has a name, context rot. And once you see why it happens, you can stop it. Picture that coding agent. 3 hours into a session. You asked it to fix a bug in your payment code. Its context window is crowded by now. The system prompt sits at the top. Tool schemas pile up, one for every MCP server it's connected to. A single tool schema can run a few hundred tokens each. Connect 10 MCP servers and that's thousands of tokens before the agent does anything. Skills get loaded too, full instructions for each one. A single skill file can add another few hundred lines of instructions. Every file it reads gets added in, word for word. Every command it ran, and every result that came back, every error message, every stack trace, every retry. Plus, the whole conversation still sitting there from hour 1. None of this is wasted exactly. The agent needs it to work, but it all sits there permanently, using up the same space. None of it clears out on its own. It just keeps stacking turn after turn. By hour 3, that's tens of thousands of tokens of raw material. And that's before it even starts fixing your bug. Here is where most people guess wrong. They think the problem is running out of space, hitting the limit, the window overflowing. That's not it. The model doesn't treat every part of that window equally. It pays the most attention to the very start and the very end. Everything in the middle gets less attention, even the important parts. And in the long session, the middle is most of it. That's why even an hour later, your agent still remembers your first instruction, but forgets a constraint you set 30 minutes ago, now buried in the middle. And on top of that, tool results keep stacking up. 10 tool calls back to back bury the one result that matters. The model isn't reasoning worse, it's digging through more noise. This isn't a Claude problem or a GPT problem, it shows up across every major model. Longer input isn't free performance, it has a real cost hidden inside it. You might think the fix is just a bigger window. Model providers keep shipping bigger numbers. 200,000 tokens, then a million tokens. That doesn't fix a problem you just saw. A bigger window means more room to pile things up. It doesn't change how the model reads what's inside it. The middle still gets less attention, no matter how big the window is. More room without cleanup just delays when the rot shows up. Bigger windows buy you time. They don't buy you immunity. Here is what that looks like. Early in the session, you created a plan, you define how you will implement it, you say, okay, let's create our implementation, and also, please don't touch production database directly. It agrees and works fine for the next half hour. 2 hours later, it's deep in the debugging loop. It's read 15 files, run 20 commands, hit 3 failed tests. Then it suggests a quick fix. Run a small script against production. The instruction from hour 1 is still technically in the context. It's just buried under everything that happened since. The model isn't ignoring your rule on purpose. It just can't find it anymore. So, how do you keep that agent sharp for hours, not minutes? First, compact old terms instead of keeping every raw word. Once a file has been read and used, keep the summary, drop the full text. Same with old tool output. Keep the result, drop the 10 lines of logs around it. Second, isolate side tasks. If the agent needs to dig through a huge log file, hand it off separately. Let a separate agent read the whole thing and bring back the one line that matters. Third, pin the important stuff. Keep key constraints like never touch the production in one small fixed spot. Somewhere the model checks every single term, not buried in turn 40 of the conversation. Put together, these 3 habits do the same job. They keep the signal visible and cut the noise around it. Think of it less like a rule and more like hygiene. This isn't just theory, it's a direction where agent tooling is heading in right now. Newer coding agents starting to add some of this automatically. This is what context engineering means. Not writing a clever prompt, managing everything the model sees for the whole session. Every file, every tool result, every leftover token. A big context window is not a finish line. What you put in and what you clear out decides if your agent stays sharp. If you watched my video on long context versus RAG, this is the sequel. Same problem, one level deeper. Not just what you retrieve, but everything else riding along with it. Next time your agent forgets something obvious, don't just repeat it. Check what is sitting in that context window first. That's the real skill behind long-running agents. Subscribe if you want more of this, how AI tools actually work, not just what they claim.